Hello again, it's Noob, and I am really excited to finally be able to show you some Moki picks from Mock Workshop, or is it mokeworkshop.de. And why am I so excited? Well, these have been around for a while. Moki is a very well respected member of the lockpicking and locksport community, is a really excellent designer and has been making these picks in quite small numbers for some time. I've met Moki, fantastic guy. Now, for full disclosure, Moki did send me a care package recently with these picks in for me to keep and to review. I don't think there's anything here at all that I can say which I do not fully believe in when I'm reviewing this set. All thoughts are always my own, and no, I never share the content of my videos with anybody who sends me stuff to review before I publish it. Right, enough about that. What are these picks? Well, this is, as you can see here, the Minimalist set. And you can see the web address there. This Minimalist set is, I think, everything but minimal, actually, because you've got 3 hooks, and these are described as hook flat profile 1, hook flat profile 2, and hook flat profile 4. You have a half diamond, a deforest diamond, and a triple peak rake as well. And yes, you can easily see there's something a bit different about these picks. So first off, the handles are really nice and long, which is excellent for people with medium to large size hands who like to rest the pick in the crook of the hand like this. Most pick manufacturers make much shorter handle profiles. How long are these? Well, end to end, if I get my ruler out, and this is only in centimeters, but they are about 15 centimeters end to end. So that is one feature which may be very important to you. Number 2, yes, it actually has a spare pick profile at the other end. And you might think to yourself, why? And part of me goes, well, why not? But there is actually a really good reason for why Moki designed the picks in this way. Currently, there are no other manufacturers who make solid metal picks like this who utilize the blank metal in those handles. So this is, whilst good for feedback, conveying the pressure of the pins here all the way through the solid metal handle, it's not very good for material wastage. And no matter how excellent the tools are, the profile shaping is, or the quality of the metal and finishing, all picks eventually will deform, and eventually metal fatigue will set in after lots and lots of use, and the picks will eventually fatigue and break. Now, these picks are made out of high yield 301 stainless steel and have excellent tapered profiles. These should last you a very long time. I actually had to cut this. This is a spare pick, don't worry. I had to actually cut this just so I could show this off. So in the very unlikely event that this does happen to you, where years of use and hopefully not abuse have fatigued the metal enough for it to snap, you will have a spare pick hidden in the handle on this side, which I think is amazing. And all you'll need to do is basically just cut away that piece of metal, shape the edges to your liking, file off this end to be nice and smooth, like this, and you will have a very usable pick. And you might be thinking, hold on, although that pick is going to clearly be usable and very serviceable, haven't you just shortened the handle down quite considerably from where it was originally? And yes, that is true, but Moki has thought of that too. These holes are not just for show, they can actually be used to apply a handle to. And these handles can be bought in packs of 6 pairs, including the screws, on the mockworkshop.de website as well. And they are super comfortable plastic handles, and yeah, I really like these. I will come on to those a bit later though. Therefore, if you want to extend your now shortened pick, you would just put handles on it. That would go on the inside and you'd never know the difference. So this is definitely one of the biggest innovations in terms of pick design that we've seen for years in the lockpicking and locksport community. These picks are finished beautifully. Just look at the level of finishing here. No rough edges. It's just lovely, beautiful polish on these all the way along. No sharp edges. even on the inside here. I don't know how this was done, but it's really something. These are thin. These are going to be suitable for those tight European keyways. They are about 0.5 millimeters, which is around 20 thousandths of an inch. So they are nice and thin and slender. What about tension tools? Well, that's okay. The Minimalist set comes with a whole bunch of them. We have some super long pry bars in 0.8, 1 and 1.2 millimeter thicknesses. If I put them side by side, you'll be able to see the difference in thicknesses there. These are etched with the sizes on them, although these do look a little bit faded. Then we have a bunch of Z wrenches, and these are for bottom of the keyway and top of the keyway too. And these are all sorts of different thicknesses in terms of the metal thickness along this axis, but also the tip thickness. So that's a whopping 14 different tension ends to these tools. Rest assured, I will have a video coming up very shortly where I take a broken pick, convert it to a new pick and put it back into a handle. If you want to color code your tension wrenches so you can more easily identify the different thicknesses, you even get a little selection of shrink tubing you can apply to your tension tools just using a simple lighter. And there we are, very quick if that's your preference. Before I move on to some demos, I really do want to just go back to the handles. These are entirely optional, but you can get a set of either black or green ABS plastic handles that use the vent screw system here for €15.90, including tax, not including delivery at current prices on the website. So if you really like comfortable handles, then and not so keen on just bare metal, then this is a really good option. I've already used that one, but you can see that they come in a full set like this, and there's even a whole load of bags of little screws like this, which are double-sided, and that is what you use to put the handles on. For the demos, and I probably won't use every profile, I'll just use the bare metal handles. So first up, I've got this really nice open keyway American style lock with lots of spools. I think there's 5 pins in here, really lovely lock to pick. And because I can pick from the bottom of the keyway to the top, I'm going to be using this deforest half diamond. And one of the best things about this is, because these are 20 thousandths of an inch thick in this dimension, there is no rubbing or resistance in this lock in terms of my pick interacting with the warding on either side of the keyway. I've got the nice thick top of the keyway pry bar, and we're just going to go in and just try and pick this lock. The full metal handles, of course, giving that feedback that we would expect from full metal handles, because you really do get the feedback along the full length of the handle. Look at that full set I'm in now. So pin 5 at the back, just testing that, counter rotation, pin 4 now, giving that counter rotation again. Look at that really strong feedback there. Pin 3, that counter rotation all the way, and we are open. I feel the most commonly used profile is something like a short hook. So I've got a very small keyway lock here. It's just an ABS 6050 and a nice flat top short hook. And I've chosen an appropriately sturdy and thin tool so that I can get into the keyway. And this should be a really nice combination. So let's see how that goes. 5 pins, lots of spools, as most ABSs do. It's a nice small keyway, so these 20 thousandths of an inch picks should be just perfect for just getting in there, feeling around, trying to find that counter rotation where I feel it, pressing up on those pins, make sure I don't lose that feel. So I'm just trying to get under pin 5 at the back there. So I feel we've only got one more pin to go. Just need to try to feel my way underneath it, see whether I can just get that counter rotation, and we have the open. Yeah, really nice, and you can see how thin the shanks are on these, so you can really get into those little tiny tight keyways. We have a half diamond, so let's try and zip this little federal lock. Tension in and light, put this into the back and draw out. Done. Last but not least, I have this 6-pin Era Eurocylinder with security pins and really nice bitting. And I want to see whether I can use the triple peak rake and maybe a medium hook to hybrid pick this, which means I'm going to rake it into a false set and then try to pick the remaining pins. So at 20 thousandths of an inch thick, this rake's able to get back up into that keyway really nicely, and you can see that I'm already into a false set. So I can then use this medium hook here to go in and just see what I can pick really. Feel the counter rotation, pick that pin, go back through. So I'm just trying to see which pin needs to give me that counter rotation, because I'm in that false set. So I'm resting on spool pins at this point, and I need to get under the last pin, which will give me that lovely counter rotation and allow this lock to open. So it's going to go back through the lock, starting pin 1, no, 2, no, 3, I don't think so, 4, could be some counter rotation on 4, just making sure that there we go, and we've opened the lock. So there you go, hope you enjoyed those demos. As you can see, very, very useful pick set indeed. And it's time to go on to some conclusions. What do I think to these Moki picks? Well, it will come as no surprise whatsoever that I think that they are fantastic. And I have to bring up the price. This is in euros, tax included. Obviously, shipping will be calculated separately, depends where you are in the world. But in euros, this comes to 59 euros for everything you see here. The 7 turning tools with the 14 different turning ends, the 6 excellent profiles made up of 3 different depth flat hooks, and then you got a normal and deforest half diamond and a triple peak, all included in a case, and they can optionally take handles, and all of that for 59 euros from a small producer in that high yield 301 stainless steel, with the finishing which you can see here in a pick material with slim shanks at 20 thousandths of an inch or 0.5 millimeters. I really think that offers some excellent value for money, even before you have that kind of like spare pick profile hidden in the handle. As I said, if handles are your preference, you get handles and screws in a pack of scales suitable for 6 picks, which will be enough for this, for an additional 15 euros 90 cents, again not including shipping, and at the time of recording, and that would make it into a fully handled set, and you get ABS handles in black or green, although I have to say I really like the green. Purest green! Although you can alternate them, maybe have black for hooks and green for your other profiles like rakes and diamonds. I don't know, you could mix it up. Maybe they'll do more colours in the future. So things I like about this set in particular, okay, let's get it out of the way first. Yes, innovation in design and the fact that you have a spare profile to increase the longevity of already very tough picks. So that is just brilliant, isn't it? What a brilliant innovation in design, really love it. I personally love the long handles, although that means that you may be restricted to what cases you use to hold the handles. And you've got to bear that in mind, because these are 15 centimeters end to end, so make sure that they will fit comfortably in your pick case. But yes, I actually really like these long handles because they are a lot more comfortable to hold, and the way they just rest in the crook of your hand. I don't know whether you've noticed how thin these shanks are, but what a nice taper they have. So these are just tapered and shaped so nicely, so they should be you know, very, very functional in a lock with a nice tight keyway, but also they're shaped in a way which means that they will have that inbuilt durability. The finish on these is excellent. I don't know how they managed to get such a nice finish on the internal spare pick end. That's crazy to me, but yeah, you can just see how nice the finishing is on these. So yeah, the material choice, the shaping, the finishing, the fact that they take some really nice comfortable handles. they've got inbuilt spare picks. It's really good. I like the little touches as well, like there is shrink tubing that comes in, which you can optionally put onto your turning tools if you want to. I just trim them to size, put them in the center of mine, and I actually think it looks really nice. I'm going to keep it that way. A good choice of bottom of the keyway and top of the keyway turners here. Very strong, very easy to use. The pry bars are very familiar to anybody who's ever used pry bars before. These are nice and long, so you can actually get a little extra torque on these if you like. I don't really know other than that why they're quite so long, but I'm here for it. And they are in a very standard 0.8, 1 and 1.2 millimeter thickness. So as a set, I think that it's hit so many positives. Are there therefore any negatives? No, not really. There might be a couple of considerations. Like I said, as I mentioned before, these picks are 15 centimeters end to end, so they might be a little bit long. They are also, even though they're 301 high yield stainless steel, they are in 20 thousandths of an inch. So if you are an extraordinarily heavy-handed picker, you may want to find some picks which are maybe a little bit thicker than that. It makes no difference to the functionality, but I do have to point out that some of the etching on the pry bars is just a little bit patchy. Does it bother me? No, but it might bother you. One last consideration is the fact that this set only has one rake profile. Now, I think that most people looking at a set like this would be very, very grateful that it is mostly hook or diamond heavy. I think a lot of lock pickers into the hobby much prefer sets which have more hook profiles than rake profiles. But again, if you're looking for a more mixed hook and rake profile set, then this might not be the one for you. But Moki does offer different sets on the website, so go check those out too. So I really think that's my conclusion. Excellent set. I think it offers brilliant value. They're really well made, well finished, great material choices. I just love this innovation in design. The handles, if you get these, are so comfortable as well. They're a great addition to this set. If you can stretch that far, I would very much recommend you get these as well in the color of your choice. So there you go. That's the Moki Minimalist set. I'd love to know what you think about this and his picks in the comments below. I do read them all and reply to as many as I can. If you like this video, leave me a like. If you haven't subscribed and would like to see more content like this and you think I deserve it, then I would very much appreciate you subscribing because it really helps my channel out. Other than that, all I can say is happy picking, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time.